How you doing, everybody? I hope you guys have been awesome. I am really excited about this scope, like really excited. Hence the really dramatic intro. I tend to get a little passionate about some of the things I get to review. Those intros are kind of my way of like a little summary of saying, I freaking love this thing. And I do. This is the Primary Arms 4-14x44 first focal plane ACSS HUD DMR rifle scope. I know that's a bit of a mouthful, but this is definitely a scopeful. You're getting a ton of scope for the price. It is a budget-friendly scope, and I'm really excited that Primary Arms sent me this scope to review because it offers a lot to various shooters. If you guys follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you know I've talked about wanting to learn a little more about long-range shooting. So I've been doing a lot of reading and a lot of practicing, but this scope right here helps a lot, and it's because the ACSS reticle does a lot of the math for you. And I know the first thing you're thinking is like, well, that's cheating. That's not going to help you learn. Well, it does help you learn because as a beginner shooter, it gets you out right away, shooting targets 800 to 1,000 yards away, and that builds confidence. Having a confidence boost will go a long way when you're trying to learn something new, and this scope really does that, and it will help you understand ballistics and bullet drop a lot better. So I'm going to briefly go over some of the specs, but I mainly wanted to share with you guys my experience and how easy this is to use and how awesome and how much fun it is. So let's get into the review and go over some of the specs. So to start off, as I said earlier, this is a budget-friendly scope. As of right now, while filming this video, the scope costs $279.99, so about $280, and it's just an excellent value for how much scope you're getting. It's a 30mm scope. It is first focal plane, and what that means is that the reticle stays true no matter what magnification you're on. So as the picture you're looking at gets larger, the reticle will also get larger. Primary Arms states that it's shockproof, waterproof, and fog resistant, and they do a lot of their own torture testing to make sure the scopes they put out are really tough. So as far as the controls on the scope, it has a side parallax adjustment, an illumination knob with 6 settings, and in between each setting is an off switch, and I really like that. The windage and the elevation turrets are uncapped. They're like tactical turrets, and you can zero them by unscrewing the little hex screw on top, lifting the turret, and then setting it back down to 0. That way, if it ever gets bumped a little bit, you know you could just throw it back to 0. It has 30 mils of total adjustment on the elevation and windage turrets. The click value is 0.1 mil or 1/10 of a mil. The clicks themselves on the turrets, they're a little bit different. The elevation seems to be a little mushier. You could hear the audible click a lot better on the windage one, and you can also feel it a little bit better. But with the ACSS reticle the scope has, you're going to end up using the reticle a lot more than you would your turrets to dial in. The ACSS reticle has an auto ranger, a BDC, which is a bullet drop compensator, and it has wind holds and leads for the 308. And you have a steel target like I have from shootsteel.com, and it's an 18x30, so it's 18 inches wide, so I'm able to range it perfectly. If you guys are interested in a target like that, I'll leave a link down in the description box below. When it comes to the actual durability of this scope, this thing has seen some severe weather conditions, and it's held up awesome. The one thing I did notice when I was in below freezing temperatures was that the magnification adjustment ring would get a little sloppy. It kind of would have some like loose wiggle before it would actually engage and change magnification, but it wasn't anything that caused me any issues. The scope still continued to work fine. There's just something I want to point out to you guys. So now let's just jump into using the ACSS reticle. You can range targets that are 18 inches wide, 36 inches tall, or have a diameter of 10 inches. So in this example, I have the 18x30 steel target. So I range by using the horizontal markers on the reticle. All right, so I got my 18x30 steel target set up. I'm gonna get my truck and I'm just gonna drive out a little bit. I'm not gonna use my laser rangefinder. I'm just gonna drive out, post up. I'm gonna use the ACSS reticle and the Primary Arms 4-14 HUD DMR. I'm just gonna range it like that and take 5 shots and see what we can do. It appeared to be the same width as the 400 ranging mark. So I held for 400. That's also the same mark that you're going to be using for your bullet drop, which is really handy. So if it lines up, you pull the trigger. And there's a little bit of wind, but I don't think there's enough to really affect us right now. Let's just see where we're at the 400. Oh, so we're right on. We're right on at 400. Nice. Go for a second shot. 2 for 2. We are hitting a little bit left. It is a little bit windy. So I'll hold a hair bit more. Oh, nope, got a miss. Got a little bit of gust of wind downrange. Right past it. Alright. Okay. A little bit more to the right. Nice. Dude, I feel like a freaking sniper with this thing. My overall experience with this scope has been awesome. You guys probably know that by now. I really do like this scope. It goes well with what I'm trying to accomplish. This is supposed to be a budget long range build. The chassis I got on this is the Element chassis from XLR Industries. The bipod is, I think it's CV Life bipod from like Amazon. This entire thing is under $1,500. If you guys want an entire build video going over everything on this guy, I'll certainly do that. But I definitely wanted you guys to hear about the Primary Arms 4-14x44 ACSS HUD DMR rifle scope because this thing is sick. If you like long range, if you're a beginner, or maybe you have a bunch of other scopes and you just want something fun, you could just get out and shoot and don't have to worry about any of the math. This thing is awesome and I highly recommend it. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure to smash that like button. If you guys aren't already subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you guys subscribe to the channel. Thank you to everyone who's already subscribed and has been supporting the channel. You guys are seriously awesome. This channel is growing a lot more than I would have ever imagined it would. I want to thank Primary Arms for sending me scopes to review. They've been a huge support, sending me product to make really cool content. So honestly, this channel would be nothing without any of you guys. Thank you. Make sure you guys share this video with your buddies who are into long range or might be looking for a new scope. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day and I'll see you next time. Bye.